Sup guys? So today we are gonna have a quick chat about not sleeping enough. If you're sleeping probably like 4 to 6 hours to maximize your productivity throughout the day, don't do that. Like completely stop, absolutely stop. I've done it for the past year and I had lots of experiments that led to basically the conclusion that you really shouldn't do this. I tried waking up at 4 a.m., at 3 a.m., at 6 a.m., everything in between. I also told my parents to go to sleep at 9 p.m. and then wake up at 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. and at 5 a.m. everything. I've tried everything, pretty much everything, in the last half a year. And I must say, please, for God's sake, don't sleep less than 7 hours. Seriously. It isn't just worth it. And if you are hard-headed and you still want to sleep those 6 hours, then fine, do it. But do it in exactly 6. Don't do anything more or anything less, like in terms of minutes. If you want to do less, then do 4.5. If you want to do more, then do 7.5. Why, you ask? Because you should always sleep 1.5 hour, 3 hours, 4.5, 6, and then 7.5, or maybe 9 if you want to. You should always do 1.5 hour times a number. 1.5 hour is your deep sleep cycle, and you don't want to interrupt it in the middle of it, because you're gonna interrupt your brain while it's working the hardest. So think of it like your PC. When you give it a difficult task, from the start you hear no fans. And then when it starts going and it starts heating up the processor, it starts ramping up the speed on the fans, and it slowly goes like a graph all the way to the highest point and then all the way down, and the fans then turn off again. And you want to hit those moments when those fans are off. And that's the golden zone to waking up refreshed and fully energized. Trust me, I've experimented with this a lot. I recommend that you go to sleep 7.5 and an additional 10 minutes for you to actually go to sleep. Okay, then I also wanted to mention, if you really want to maximize like your time, you can look into polyphasic sleep, and that's a completely different category I haven't tried yet. And I'm now a full-time student, so I don't really have the time for that. It involves basically sleeping every 4 hours for 20 minutes, and that's gonna keep you refreshed, and you're just sleeping 2 hours per day, which is like a huge time saving. You're basically getting an extra 6 hours of time. But always remember, when it comes to sleep, it's not the time you're awake. It's what you do with the time you're awake. So if you feel way better after sleeping those 7.5 hours than after sleeping those 6, then stick with the 7.5. And I also have one more tip for you. Try to get to sleep between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. just for 20 minutes. Trust me, you're gonna feel so refreshed after this quick nap, even if you can't get to sleep. Just lay down and try to breathe, and it's gonna refresh you like you slept for 2 hours maybe. Just put the alarm on 20 minutes and that's it. That's all you need. Okay, so I hope this helped you. I hope you get more sleep in your life. And remember, it's not about the time you have, it's about what you do with that time. Bye bye.